Hello everyone, and welcome to A Touch of Cooking, the show where a Ninjago fan / amateur chef attempts to recreate recipes from the famous Ninjago TV series. This is a brand new series on a brand new channel for the brand new year. So for this first episode, I knew that I needed to start things off with a bang. And after scouring the food section of the Ninjago wiki, lots of good ideas there, maybe for future uploads, I landed on the burger from Mega Monster Amusement Park featured in Season 1, Episode 8, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. This is the burger that Jay and Nia were eating on their first date, and while not having an official name, most Ninjago fans refer to it as the Mega Monster Burger. Perfect. A monstrous name for a monstrous dish. But in order to properly recreate this recipe, I needed to do a bit of research. Okay, so just taking a closer look at this burger here, I know that this entire thing, like 2 burgers, is 1 meal as said in the show, but ultimately I'm just gonna do 1 burger. No point in buying like double of everything. I feel like it's already gonna be kind of expensive. So for the bun, I totally could find like a massive type of thing. Might need to go for a loaf of bread even, split that thing down the middle, call it a day. For the sauce here, you can kind of see some red sauce there. I'm thinking I'm going to try to make my own sauce. A lot of, store-bought sauces aren't the best, and I feel like I could, make something with ingredients that I already have, so gonna go with that there. This whole chicken here, yeah, that's a whole chicken. So my idea, rotisserie chicken, gonna call it a day. Not quite sure what this is up there. Kind of looks like maybe some type of vegetable. I might just not try to replicate that because I have no idea what that is. It looks like blades of grass. Moving on down the burger though, taking a bit of a closer look at the lower half, we have corn, I think, and also we have a bunch of green here. Could be lettuce, could be spinach. They look a little thick, so maybe these are peppers. I think these might be something different, but I'm gonna go with all of the green is peppers. Gonna have to get some kind of pasta for the noodles here, obviously the lower half of the bun. Now over here, I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Might be some kind of fish, maybe. I don't do fish. The only seafood that I do is shrimp. Not gonna put shrimp on this thing, but I might go with a type of bacon for this instead, just because I'm feeling like bacon, and plus I can do what I want. It's my burger here. But overall, that is my plan for this burger, so let's head to the store, find the ingredients, and I will see you guys in the kitchen. Let's do it. And so, coming back from the store, here we have all of our ingredients, everything that we need to create this massive Ninjago burger in real life. And by the way, disclaimer, none of this food is going to waste. Part of my planning was to ensure that I could also use everything in upcoming meal prep recipes. So everything here I will eat eventually. So rest assured, again, nothing is going to waste here. But starting with the cooking process, let's start by chopping up those peppers. Like I said, gonna try to chop these up into rather big chunks. I kind of just do this anyway out of habit. I am not good at chopping peppers, but again, in the show, there's kind of just huge, obnoxious chunks of green in the burger. So this will do nicely. It's at least close enough. Next, for the red burger sauce, I'm going to be mixing a few ingredients, some of my favorite things to use for sauces just in general. We have light mayo, tomato paste for color, and Dijon mustard, one of my favorite things to put on almost everything, and giving this all a mix in the crab bowl, that is a perfect color. For the pasta section of the burger, I decided to pick up these Thai Kitchen thin rice noodles. I thought these were close enough in terms of color, and these just sounded good, so let's get those boiling. I could have used a bigger pot for this, but that's whatever. Like I said, amateur chef. While the noodles are cooking, let's cut up this bun, which is just essentially an entire loaf of this fancy bread that I found at the fanciest store around, Walmart. And just cutting it in half, this is definitely a great size. Could have gone for maybe a bit of a bigger bun, but this is good enough for what we need. For the fish substitute, like I said, I got bacon. I ended up going with turkey bacon. I know it's not everyone's favorite thing, but I like turkey bacon, kind of underrated. The hardest part though is going to be the beef. I ended up getting 93.7 lean ground beef, 2 pounds to be exact. I plan on making 2 1-pound patties. And you can kind of see the process here. Cooking these ended up being kind of a pain. This took a little longer to do than I was anticipating. Forming and seasoning these patties is not going to be the most difficult thing ever. However, these will take a while to cook. So leaving them on the stovetop while those are cooking, let's work on the little monster guy that actually lives on the skewer of the burger. I thought about sculpting one out of clay, actually forming it and then painting it, just because in the show it is 3-dimensional, but I realized I could do that too late, so we are going to use paper instead. Not ideal, but sometimes you gotta work with what you got. Heading on back to our burgers, they are done. I kind of burnt this one a little, but that's okay. But starting to stack the burger here now that everything is done. Again, the peppers are cut kind of big to replicate the look from the show, and adding the corn in there too. I ended up air frying 2 cobs of corn. I did not season them the best. That looks horrible, but the whole thing is coming together. For the last ingredient though, we have the entire rotisserie chicken, because each burger at the Mega Monster amusement park needs a whole chicken in it for some reason. Plus, I've been meaning to try rotisserie chicken for a while. I hear it's very good, but it was kind of a pain to stack it on the burger. I had to be super careful with this one. But combining everything, we are finally done, and this truly is a Mega Monster burger. This thing is ridiculous, and no restaurant in their right mind would actually serve this. Luckily, this recipe is also easy to break down and store. Like I said, I do plan on using all of these ingredients separately in other meals later on, so don't worry, nothing is going to waste here. But this proves that this burger can indeed be made in real life. It is massive, horrible, an abomination if you will. Some would even say a monstrosity. Had to get that Ninjago reference in there somewhere. But yeah, what an awesome outcome. Now for the stats, adding up everything here, I estimate this burger has about 5,000 calories, give or take, and 350 grams of protein. All things considered, I spent about maybe 50 bucks. The most expensive thing was the beef, obviously. And I would do a taste test, but again, I'm not going to get everything in one bite. There is just no way. But what exactly do you think? Would you eat this Mega Monster burger? And how do you feel knowing that some lunatic online has actually made this thing in real life? Leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the first episode of A Touch of Cooking. Leave some suggestions in the comments. There are many other Ninjago meals, dishes, recipes that we could make in the future. Leave a comment, what other Ninjago recipes from the show should I make? And I hope you are looking forward to more videos in this series. I'm not sure what the schedule for this channel will look like. More likely than not, we are just going to play it by ear. Whenever I feel like uploading a video on this channel, I will upload a video on this channel. But like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.